it's Mr. Danny, and I work at Bluegrass Green Source. I'm very thankful to Live Green Lexington for bringing you this exciting, fun lesson that you're about to see. I hope you enjoy it. So today we're going to be learning about how to make paper pots. The reason we're making paper pots today is, well, you tell me, Rachel.
Well, we wanted to plant our seeds, and we wanted to reuse some materials in order to do so.
But why are we using pot paper or cardboard to plant our seeds in?
Well, Mr. Danny, we can plant these in the ground, and the materials will decompose and become part of the soil, and they'll also help to keep weeds away from the new growing plants.
That's pretty cool. Is there another term for this? I've heard of something called biodegradable. Is that true?
That is true.
So, from what I understand, bio is called a prefix, and it comes from Greek, and bio means life. Able at the end of a word is a suffix, and that means able to. So, degrade knows to break down. So, if something is biodegradable, it is something that was alive, is able to break down. So, biodegradable means it's something that was used to be alive, like paper, which came from trees, and it's able to break them down, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so we have two different tutorials today on how to make a biodegradable paper pot. And we have one made out of newspaper and one made out of a paper towel roll, which people might have quite a few of at home.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to get us started off and show us how you made yours?
Sure. So I took a toilet paper tube, and I like to fold it, make a little crease, then make those two creases touch each other in the middle. So you should have 4 little creases around the bottom of your toilet paper tube. You want to take your scissors carefully and cut almost an inch of your toilet paper tube on each of those 4 creases. So now I have 4 flaps at the bottom of my toilet paper tube, and I'm going to fold them like a moving box. So I'll start with 1, and I'll fold it down. I'll rotate a little bit and go to the next one, fold it on top. And the third one. The last one I'll fold on top, but I want to tuck it under the first flap as well. That's the trickiest part. Now, the bottom of my pot is formed. No soil should be able to get out. We can fill our pot with soil, which we'll do here in just a minute, and we can plant our seed and add some water.
That's pretty cool.
Would you like to show us how to make it out of newspaper?
Absolutely. So, I'm taking this sheet of newspaper. If you have a full page, you can tear it in half. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of fold it in half, long ways. Or as we used to call it, hot dog style. And then I'm going to take an old can. Now, this can be dog food, it can be old corn, something that you have at home. It can be a soup can. Either way, you want to take a nice, good, sturdy can, and we are going to lay it right here on our newspaper, where the newspaper is going to line up perfectly with the top. Now, I'm going to do it for you all to be able to see, starting at my side. I'm going to roll and fold. And that's my mantra today when I'm making this. So I'm going to start off by rolling it. Again, notice how it's lined up right here at the top. And once it's about halfway covered, I'm going to fold at the bottom. And then I'm going to roll again. And then I'm going to fold again. So roll and fold. Roll and fold. Roll and fold. Roll and fold. Now, once I get towards the end, or it looks like I'm almost done, I'm going to take a glue stick because the newspaper is not going to hold together quite as well as that toilet paper tube. So, glue is pretty handy because it's going to help to break down over time and isn't going to have a huge ton of different things that are going to hurt the soil. And I'm just going to make sure this little spot here is nice and sticky. I'm going to roll it the rest of the way and fold it a few more times. Once I get to the end, I'm going to just kind of push down with a lot of force on my can to make sure that the bottom is really kind of holding together. Once I have that, I'm gonna roll just a little bit on the side to make sure the side is nice and stuck. And then I'm just gonna slowly try to pull the can out. Now, it works even better if your can still has a label on it, because then you don't have any of some of that glue stuff on the side. But once it's done, you have a nice little paper pot, where again, you can see the bottom doesn't have anything coming through it. And it's gonna hold together very nicely.
Awesome. You ready to fill them with some soil?
Absolutely, let's plant this. A little bit of soil below the seed allows for any water that you put in to kind of go down below the seed a little bit. And that way it's not all drowning out the seed. Excellent.
We're gonna plant some wildflowers today in our new paper pots. This is a wildflower mix, so we'll do a few different kinds of seeds.
All right, should I just put them on top or should I put like any space in there for them?
I would make a little tiny spot with your finger, a little hole, and put your seeds in the hole. But we really just want to make sure they're covered up with soil after.
Excellent. I can do that.
And we can water our seeds. We know that plants need water and sunlight in order to grow. So we want to make sure that they're getting both of those things. We probably want to keep our paper pots inside until our plants get a little bit bigger. And then we can actually plant our whole paper pot out in the soil outside.
That's pretty cool. Now, why do we want to plant wildflowers and things like that?
Wildflowers would be great to plant outside to help absorb some extra storm water. As you know, the water falls and it might be running across the ground. Wildflowers often have extensive root systems that can absorb extra water and help to keep more water from running into our storm drains and possibly picking up pollution along the way. They would also be great to plant along a stream bank to help prevent erosion and things like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Why would planting them along stream banks help with erosion?
Well, what do you think? The roots, what are they doing?
Oh, that's true. Those roots are holding in place, aren't they?
They're holding the plant in place, but they're also helping to hold soil in place.
That makes a lot of sense. Excellent.
These that we have already planted are peas that we will be putting into our garden. So spring, summer, and fall are a great time to plant different vegetables and flowers and other trees and things like that.
Well, that's awesome. I would say that these two paper pots together look like peas in a pod. Have a good day.